Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We are now in Ilios. This is the second map, Carpe Diem versus Tech Support. We saw Carpe Diem quite convincingly win the first map, but this is a capture the point. So, in capture the point maps, we typically see more wishy-washy play because it's focused on intense skirmishing rather than like out rotations and flanking routes, because there's only really a couple ways you can go in a lot of these maps because they're so tight, and it's focused on one point, so everyone has the main objective and they just go towards it and they just fight over it. But now we're out and about, full teams going to fight here, and Carpe Diem is not on the point first. We have Tech Support showing the initiative. They're on the point first, so we'll see what happens there. I forgot how to lower my camera. There we go. And everyone seems to be skirmishing on the point here. We see the Pharah on the outskirts. See what she can do here. She's not being pressured that much. She's probably doing a lot of damage here. And the Reaper's on the side as well. But from what we can see, Carpe Diem, they have the point control at the moment. Everyone on, well, not everyone on Tech Support, they were on the point initially, but Carpe ended up getting the picks necessary. It sort of felt like the rush on the point was unnecessary by Tech Support, and Carpe being a bit more calm, looking for that pick, then forwarding onto the point. You don't need to forward onto the point until the clock starts ticking. Once you get a pick, then you can take advantage of it. But Tech Support are back on the way. Marlow does get hooked though, so that's going to delay them for a bit. Looking at both compositions, Tech Support are running a Reaper, so that's quite notable. Reaper isn't bad on these situations on King of the Hill maps, but note as well that Carpe do have the Pharah. Athiel is on Pharah, so it's going to be hard for the Reaper to get hits on her, and they don't really have anyone to really touch Athiel at the moment. You can rely on the Roadhog hook, but it's not the most reliable thing to rely on in that sort of sense. But that's a Reinhardt charge, and it ends up getting interrupted with a sleep. Beautiful sleep, and that ends up resulting in a pick for the Reinhardt. And nice Graviton Surge. Everyone was grouped up, and Carpe Diem showing their dominance once again. Very, very good skirmishing here, but a lot of the teams, they have a lot of ults at the moment, so we can expect a very heavy team fight to be happening quite soon. The Reaper does have ult, so if they can get Earth Shatter in conjunction with the Nano Boost, they can go for a potential team wipe here. It's probably a bit more reliable than the Carpe Diem's combo at the moment. They're going to be looking for a Pharah flank, but at the moment, you know, Tech don't have very good resources to take care of that Pharah. So Athiel, he could probably ult without too much of a threat, but that's a very good Earth Shatter over there. Not really that much follow-up. The Reaper not on the same page. But the Pharah, Rocket Barrage incoming, gets 2 kills, but the Roadhog ends up picking her off. And yeah, Carpe Diem confidently taking this point, it seems. And a quick note as well that the Reaper on Tech Support isn't part of the actual team. One of the members wasn't available, so that could be one of the reasons why we're not seeing, you know, Tech Support at their full potential. It's obviously still a very good learning experience as well, but that could be, you know, a factor, maybe, perhaps, in this match. Of course, we haven't seen much of Tech Support, so I don't exactly know the context of everything, but that could be something. But yeah, this is the second point of Ilios. Very beautiful map, isn't it? Everything's so bright and vibrant. Similar to the Carpe Diem's morale at the moment. You'd probably be quite happy with their performance so far. Very dominant wins so far. You would argue that, you know, the roster on Tech Support could be a factor, as I mentioned previously, but Carpe Diem, nonetheless, using the resources that they have well, and they're going ham here. Tech Support on my right over here, forwarding onto the point, going with that Reinhardt. Note that Carpe Diem don't have the Reinhardt. Sorry, no, yeah, okay, yeah, Carpe Diem don't have the Reinhardt. They're running the Diva and the Roadhog, so they're looking for those picks, because Reinhardt isn't that essential on these King of the Hill maps. But we're already seeing Carpe Diem engaging these skirmishes. We're seeing not really any out rotations, but from a player to player basis, the skirmishing seems to be going quite well for this Carpe Diem squad, and I thought, you know, King of the Hill, capture the point, could give tech support, you know, a bit of a chance here. Obviously, the first map wasn't very good for them, but they were quite close. Let's be honest. It was obviously a very unfortunate circumstance that Hook Atheo ends up dying as well. Somehow killed himself. That's not very good. Fire at will. It's a very good Mei War though. Defends a lot of the incoming damage, and Failsafe ends up getting a hook onto the Reaper, and tech support looking to perhaps engage on that. That's a decent Mei War. It zones them off, and maybe they can collapse into that room. Sore throat, sorry. And seeing D.Va really go onto that backline. She's being quite a pain there, but the Mei War intruding onto the Zarya's ground. Nice hook onto Mei. She's gonna get taken out there. And Carpe Diem end up surviving. Let's see if Tech can, you know, at least get on the board. It'd be nice. Maybe they ditch the Reinhardt, because Carpe Diem, they're having a lot of success without the Reinhardt on this capture the point map. So unless you can get a good Earth Shatter, maybe you just try and match them. But yeah, we'll be looking for a good Earth Shatter on Milo, and maybe they can capitalize on that. Rocket Barrage incoming there. Theo, very good Pharah ult there in conjunction with the Zarya ult. Probably wasn't necessary because Pharah already got a couple kills before that was fired. But I'm just nitpicking. Carpe, you're doing well here. And D.Va's onto the point, looking for that last second rush. But I don't think tech support can come up from this. Apparently have a DC. I'm not really paying attention to that. Yeah, there's someone in the spawn. And we're pausing. So let's just have a little chat for this remaining pause. So at the moment we're seeing Carpe Diem on a man-to-man sort of take here. Actually, let me reword this. On a man-to-man basis, they're out-skirmishing them, and in these 1v1s, in these 2v2s, they just seem to be, you know, they're making the correct decisions. We saw on the first point that tech support, they look flustered. They went onto the point straight first, and they didn't get any picks off it. So they're all just sort of grouped in that area. But the game has come back. We get rid of that main overlay, and everyone is breaking it down. We're at a disco at the moment. The Reaper ult does come out. Self-destruct sequence does come up, lobbing over the head. And what has happened here? Okay, we are... I didn't even know what just happened. Everything is happening at once. Freeze don't move. The Mei ult does come up as well. And is this the comeback for tech support? They get the engage with their CC ultimates. Reaper gets a few picks of his own. But Failsafe comes in with that Roadhog. It looks like Carpe Diem are coming back onto the point. Looks like they're going to retake it. And once again, Carpe Diem, they look very composed. This is what we expect from a new team coming in against someone who's a bit more experienced. But once again, Carpe Diem with a flawless victory. Tech support not getting anything on that charge on the point there, but it's very difficult. Maybe from a pick and ban, from a pick phase, you have to change up your team comp. Maybe you say, all right, we're not going to keep on running this comp. I just ran into the pillar there, sorry. We're not going to keep on running this comp. Let's look for something a bit more cheesy. They were running the Mei, which is obviously a bit more cheesy. We don't typically see a lot of Mei, but it can be good on these fringe scenarios, especially on these close quarter King of the Hill maps. But Carpe Diem, they're changing it up to a Winston as well, in conjunction with this D.Va, and the Zarya would be looking to shield those divers. We often see a Genji run with those as well, but obviously the hit scan is much more reliable in that sense. But the tech squad are running as Zenyatta now, instead of having a Lucio. Usually I would prefer the Lucio and Zenyatta if you're willing to change the support, because Ana and Zenyatta, their healing is not very optimal. Both single target, or majority single target. But yeah, what just happened in that fight? I wasn't paying attention. But Carpe Diem, and I'm getting the point once again. I was just, see, I'm a support player, so I can hag on for those topics for hours. So that's my bad, lads. But once again, resetting, tech support. You can do this. You can do this. Give me some positive reinforcement Come on, tech support. D.Va is very good against the Winston, so if they can get a pick, use that shredding machine gun of hers, that's a very good sleep. Using the CC stack with the Mei, they can get a pick here. Looking for the wall? No, we don't see that. Milo Gaming ends up getting picked off by the Zarya as well. But yeah, what we need to see from tech support, we need to see the D.Va cause a lot of pressure, defend from the Winston. D.Va's very good against Winston, but the fire at will with Zarya does come up, getting 2, and Carpe Diem positioning extremely aggressively here. They're getting a lot of picks, but Milo Gaming responds with a hook of his own. Tech support are getting pushed in really hard here, and it's not looking too good for the tech support squad. Just probably be looking for a miracle res. Just everyone go onto the point with that soldier ult and the Roadhog ult. See if you can get a good res as well, but you know, Carpe Diem, they do have the soldier ult of their own, and they can use that to wipe out the Mercy, lock it on to her. And everyone seems to be diving on Panzer, gets a double kill of that Zarya. He's very high charge at the moment, and superior skirmishing here. Zarya is really getting a lot of damage and quite a high amount of charge as well, so Carpe Diem very comfortable at the moment. Not much of a threat onto them, but the Mei ult does come down. Wall isn't placed behind, so no one's really trapped in that Mei ult. And Carpe Diem look like they're going to get it. The Zarya ult is up again, in conjunction with the self-destruct sequence. That is a triple kill, and the opposition ends up getting a D.Va ult of their own, but that was a way to end it. You had the D.Va ult in combination with that Zarya ult. That was a really good combo there. Panzer, brilliant performance by Panzer, may I say. You're walking around with very high energy all the time, it seems, and I wouldn't be surprised if you got a high amount of damage as well. That's a really good combo there. Obviously, the fact that, you know, Carpe have the full roster, Tech don't have their full roster, so obviously, coming from an analytical standpoint, Tech support, obviously a newer team as well. Carpe Diem have a bit of experience in the scrimming community. Don't forget, this video is sponsored to you by Racket. I'm casting this one. I hope you all enjoy yourselves, and thank you for watching this. Feel free to subscribe and like the video below. Take care, everyone.